I guess it was a bad idea. I'm not sure what let Jeff Hoffenberg and I think we were Max, but I can trace the origins of our misgivings to being freshman boys. A year earlier, the least of all operators in high school social strata, so by the time we were sophomores, we felt the universe would right itself with the incoming class of girls who might let us talk to them. The girls in our own grade had long abandoned the idea of having us as more than friends. We were brace-faced pimples, squeaky voices betraying us like our erections. Most of us had never more than slow danced in 7th grade at a bar mitzvah. The summer before her first year in high school, I saw Susie Soper at the new arcade at the new strip mall off Waukegan Road that Scott Gold's parents owned. Scott and a bunch of us were friends, sorta. But he became a complete dick once the arcade opened, thinking it was cool because his parents gave him unlimited tokens, even though he still had a feathered blowback in 1991 and was one of those Jewish kids your mom's made you be friends with because you went to Hebrew school together since kindergarten. Susie and I spoke on the phone a lot that summer, and just after Labor Day, when I still had a trapper keeper, and went with my moms to venture to pick out new school clothes, and couldn't sleep the night before because my stomach bounced like Pop Rocks, we made a date. A double date. She'd bring Nikki Schifrin, I'd bring Jeff Hoffenberg. We met at the Toboggan Hill in the park behind Wood Oaks Junior High. Jeff and I packed a wicker basket. Blankets, candles, grates, sparkly non-alcoholic wine served in plastic champagne flutes. The air crisp as dust pulled light over its shoulders like we thought the girls would reach to us for warmth alone atop the hill watching sun tuck into the forest preserve on the other side of 294. It was going so well, we didn't need to do anything else. We just could have let dark cover the hill, took them home, kissed them on the corner, watched them run the sidewalk to the front doors, turn the key and move away, feeling our faces would bust from the cheesy-ass grins we wear into twilight. Except it didn't go down like that. We decided to bring out the secret weapon, a tactic we swore would leave the girls swooning, our Mac move. Untested, but guaranteed. Jeff called for it during his silence in his conversation with Nikki. He threw a grape that hit me in the forehead and said it was time. And although reluctant, I felt moved by the cricket soul clap. And after a count of 3, Susie's next to wet from where my mouth was. Jeff Hoffenberg and I, Kevin Coble. The two of us friends since we were 8. Jeff, whose dad walks around his house year-round in a Speedo, and his mom's always had a freezer full of frozen pizzas. Jeff Hoffenberg and I, Kevin Coble, serenaded Susie Soper and Nikki Schifrin, 2 of the cutest girls in Glenbrook North history. Nikki, who I date later that year, and Susie, who never spoke to me again after this incident. Jeff Hoffenberg and I, Kevin Coble, serenaded Susie and Nikki atop the Toboggan Hill behind Wood Oaks Junior High, where Mr. Peterson would keep Playboys in his pen drawer, and sat Melissa Charles in the front row because she was beautiful and had long legs and looked 21 at 13. It was here, in the coming of night, 294 quieting its rush hour roar, the last sheets of blue dragging blackness over our galaxy. Here, Jeff Hoffenberg and I rhymed all 3 verses of LL Cool J's I Need Love off the bat. Susie and Nikki, who were lying on plaid blankets we took from Mrs. Hoffenberg's trunk, raised their bodies up, uncomfortable with each verse, till they eventually sat cross-legged, mouths agape, until we finished. And then, nothing. And we didn't even get to walk them home, but parted ways at Sanders in the big house my parents used to fight, near the strip mall with the cats meow, where my brother once rode his big wheels that caused the neighborhood search for 3 hours till we found him. It was here, at the corner of Sanders and Boyhood, where our hearts broke and shame tucked into our back pockets like baseball caps. But really, it was the next day, in Mr. Matthews' physical science class where Kyle Scott, my lab partner and only Gentile friend, already heard the news spreading through the hallways like a disease. When I came into class and sat down,